Hello Internet, I'm Elliot the Purple Haired Doofus and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering issue number 4 of Fables by Bill Willingham. I hope you've read that issue yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. This issue starts off with Beauty and the Beast, and they are arriving at the Remembrance Day ball. And they go through the front doors, and everyone's greeting them very nicely, and Beast has been able to revert back to his human form. And when someone comments on that, he says, "It's all thanks to my wife. She's very happy on Remembrance Day." And Beauty says, "Don't start with me today. Not now." But they finally get to the floor where the ball is being held. At the entrance, they are holding a raffle. And the raffle is Prince Charming raffling off his good name and the lands that he owned in the Fable world. And this is pretty much how he's trying to get back on the Fable town's good graces. And then begins a speech to celebrate Remembrance Day. And the speech is all about what happened in the old world before they had to run in exile to our world. And it starts off with how fairy tales lived in harmony, and how everyone lived very well together, and how this adversary started coming along and killing off kingdoms. You get the sense that before the adversary had come after the Fables, they had killed off the great world of Oz, they had killed off Narnia, and the Fables were just like, oh, it's terrible that it happened to them, but it'll never happen to us. But once it started happening to them, they had no way to defend themselves, so they had to run to our world. And how there are Fables not only in New York, but all around the world. Some a little less human than others, which is why they need to be not in city places. Some a little less rich than the ones that are at that particular ball right then. But they all raise their glasses and say thank you, and we remember this day, and all that stuff. And then you have Beauty, and she is walking up to a little boy, and she says, "Oh, Pinocchio, why are you so sad?" And Pinocchio's like, "That stupid little blue fairy made me a boy forever. I want to hit puberty. I want to have sex." He's just like this cute little boy, and he's just like, "I just want to be screwing something right now." Then we have Bigby, and he's letting Bluebeard and Jack go so that they can go to the party. Bluebeard can make his donation, and Jack can pass a message off to someone who is already at the party. Then we have a short little scene where the pig from the straw house actually raids the kitchen. He's like, "Oh, glorious, glorious, there's so much food, delicious, delicious food." And he goes to eat a carrot, and the chef kind of leans over the counter. He's like, "Are you on the menu?" And he's like, "I hope not." Then Bigby finally arrives at the party, and there is a very awkward moment with him and Snow. Snow tries to teach him how to dance, Snow tries to teach him how to act at these parties, and Bigby's like, I am just starving. Can we have something to eat? And Snow says, they usually keep the good stuff in the kitchen and put out the bad stuff so that at the end of the night, the chef and everyone that worked on the food could take the good stuff home. Maybe we could go there and ask them for servings for ourselves. And Bigby's like, "That's it! You've cracked it! That's the last key that I needed for my mystery!" She's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I found a lock on Rose's freezer, and I had no idea why it was there. But now I know. There are so many people, Fables and mundane people alike, that go in and out of her apartment, sometimes when she's not even there, and she locked up all her good stuff in the freezer." And then he says to Snow, "Pass the word around secretly. If anyone wants to know what happened to Rose, meet me on King Cole's deck." And she says, "I will." And the next thing we have is Bigby swimming laps in the pool while the lottery is being drawn. Some time passes, and Jack shows up. And he's like, "Does King Cole know that you actually swim in his pool?" And Bigby says, "Boy, I hope not." And Jack says, "Don't you mean, boy, I hope not, your highness?" And Bigby's like, "No, don't tell me that." Jack says, "Yes, I won. I only bought one ticket, but I won Prince Charming's land and title. So now I am finally a royal." Bigby's like, "Oh, bastard." And then everyone lines up around the pool, and they're like, "We hear that you know who did it. We hear that you know what happened." And Bigby says, "I do." And he says, "If you'll excuse me, I would like to relish this moment, because not many detectives/cops get this moment. It's called the parlor scene in a lot of mystery books. It's where you gather all the suspects and you finally finger the person who did it." And they're like, "Well, who did it then?" And he's like, "Hold on, I'm still basking in it." He says, "I believe Jack knows the person." And Jack brings out this woman with black hair. Everyone's like, "Her?" He's like, "Yes. This is the woman that made you believe that Red was dead. It is actually, and he pulls off the black wig, and he says, it's Red herself! Ha ha! The people are like, what? He's like, yeah, she fooled you! You're all idiots! And he says, I will tell you exactly how and why she did it. And then the issue ends. And it's like, oh, why? I know exactly why. The author wanted to leave us hanging. He wanted to make sure that we buy the next issue. Oh, that is so entertaining. I am just loving this so far. It's so good. I am really looking forward to his explanation of how did all that blood get there and everything like that. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you like this video specifically, go ahead and click that like button. And go ahead and leave a comment letting me know when's the last party that you went to, or a large gathering. I've been Elliot the Purple Activist. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch your pajama radius, and I will see you all in the next issue of Fables by Bill Willingham. Doodles!